What's up? What's up, my guys? Welcome to another show, man. Welcome to another show. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. I'm your host, Jay Money is Money. This is my guy, my co-host at Shark in Sports, man. We here breaking down NBA games. It's what we do every day. Win or lose, we're back. Strictly business. You see what I'm saying? We're here to help you guys out with the NBA games. Hit the like button, subscribe. We do this every day for you guys, man. What's up with you, Shark? Everything cool?
Everything's great. Just getting centered here on a suddenly not so casual Tuesday morning. Tuesday, November 2nd, the second day of a great month. As we suggested yesterday, the sample is going to get a lot better as we really start to see dynamics in the schedule. It's going to continue today. I say Tuesdays trend upward. Believe it or not, they do. 5-game card, 2 top plays. You're looking at the buy hat. We're going to discuss it in detail. We're going to rip 15 to 20 quick minutes. Jay Money is Money, the legend himself. It is Shark in Sports. 9 words of lifestyle. Ride the way we're down the water. Jay Money. How you feel on this beautiful Tuesday morning?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. This is gonna be a hell of a game tonight, man. I want to talk. We strictly business here, man. Sometimes I would like to recap and talk about what happened yesterday, but on the other hand, I know people are here for the free plays, yesterday's history, so we're gonna get right into it. It's already 15, 20 minutes that you have to watch, man. Let's go to it. Heat versus the Mavs here. Mavs been hot, right? 3-0 straight at the house. Now Porzingis been out for a couple straight games. He's questionable today. They're probably gonna need him. Maxi Kleber is out. He's one of their defensive bigs, and he can shoot threes, a 3-and-D guy. Man, I'll tell you guys, this Heat team, one of the better defensive teams in the league, if not the best defensive starting 5. They have some dogs on their team, 3 or 4 just absolute dogs, even in the start lineup, coming off the bench. I like the Heat here, Shark. It's Heat. It's definitely Heat or nothing for me here. This line opened up at -2 for the Mavs. Now it's sitting at -2 for the Heat here, up to 2.5. The Heat have won 4 straight games. They did have Adebayo the last game, but maybe that line movement is telling us that he's coming back for this one. Shark, what do you think, my guy?
Yeah, as you said, all business. We're going straight to the visitors' locker room at the American Airlines Center in Dallas, and we're taking Miami at -2.5. A lot of things here to discuss. We go back to last year, and we reference this as a point because it was a very unique season, and it was a very unique season for the Miami Heat. Not many teams clustered wins and losses like the Heat. They were either scorching hot or they were ice cold. 12 out of 13, lose 4 in a row. Win 16 out of 17, lose 6 in a row. It goes on and on and on. That all being said, I think we can toss that out. This is a very professional group, and you're finding their best ball to start the campaign here in 21-22. I think it connects with that emotional bounce back off of last year. I think it also connects with some great offseason acquisitions. I love the PJ Tucker acquisition. I love the Kyle Lowry acquisition. I love Markieff Morris coming over there, one of my top dogs off the bench. I love their mentality. I think they're showcasing it. I think what you're seeing here early season is really a revenge tour. You saw it in the last game. They lost outright to Memphis last year twice, home and away. And you come in here tonight, they lost home and road to Dallas last year as well. A 10-point loss in Dallas early season, 93-83. We were on record here earlier this calendar year calling that game. We had Dallas. We know when to buy Dallas. We know when to fade Dallas. Dallas also went in there and won 127-113 convincingly late season. And you see the line shifting here with significance. Even at that opening -2, the game last year in Dallas was -3.5 Dallas, and they won by 10. We say this every day. When you're 3.5, you win by 10, and then it comes against the result and the previous line average. They're telling you a damn good story. You look at the Mavericks here. Mavs are in a bit of a sandwich spot off a win against the Kings, front end of a back-to-back. They go to the Spurs tomorrow, which is going to be a funky divisional game off of a non-cover at home prior. They have gone 3-0 straight up at home, but again, how representative are those games, Jay? A cover against the Kings and a non-cover against the Spurs and a non-cover against the Rockets. I'm not impressed. I think this goes back to the opener at Atlanta. That was a double revenge game for Atlanta cross-conference. Double revenge game, cross-conference, Miami Heat, revenge tour. Buy it, live it, love it, dominate it. -2.5 official.
Yeah, less cash, man. I can't say that was a good win versus the Kings, though. The Kings pretty much own us. They beat us 3 straight games last year. They were, I think, 6-1 against the spread last 7 versus the Mavs. So that was a pretty big win for them, and they still almost pissed it away. Like I say, these guys have been missing Porzingis. They do have a new coach over there. Like you say, 3-0 straight up at the house. Not against any top-tier teams for sure. They go up against one tonight, and I'll be honest with you, I'll be very surprised if the Heat didn't win this game. It's a nice game to go to, man. I can't go there every game, but I will go to some Mavs games. Got to do this COVID test, all this other bullshit, man. I'm not with all that shit, man. But I do have to go to games, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to do it at some point. That's a whole other conversation. Mavs are hot right now. Both teams are hot, but give me the Heat here, the much better team, much better defensive team. Mavs have some problems right now offensively. The Heat should exploit those problems. They have guys like Hero. And the last time that the Heat lost to them, the most previous time last year, they didn't have Butler or Hero as well. A lot, you could argue there was a lot better Mavs team. They're still not bad, but this is a lot better Heat team, in my opinion, even better than the one that went to the finals in the bubble, my guys. So I've been telling people I like the Heat here. They're on a roll. I don't see anyone stop them in the near future, especially not my Mavs, my guy. I don't know if we have the toughness, in my opinion. Even though they got Bullock over there, I don't know if we have enough guys to stop this Heat train. I like the Heat, and you make a good point. First game on the back-to-back. Give me the Heat as well. It's some twos out there, man. There's some twos. So, hey, -2 or -2.5. Like I say, I'm seeing twos across the board. I only see 1, 2.5. So we're going to go official with the Heat. -2 here, my guys. I'm going to go official.
One more point on this. I was looking at the schedule. It's interesting, actually, because we always talk about where a team would be on a road trip or not, where are they traveling, what's going on here. Miami did slaughter Memphis in the last game, just an absolute blowout.
Without Adebayo as well.
Yeah, but this is not like one of those funky center of the country travel spots where like you're hovering around hotels and it's just like a linger spot. They had 2 full nights off. That game was Saturday night, and they've had 2 full nights off here. This is a one-off. They probably went back to Miami for the weekend, actually, and celebrated Halloween with their families, and then re-traveled back out to Dallas. A primetime game on TNT. This has literally, in my opinion, nothing to do with any sort of hangover effect from a great effort at Memphis. That's far enough in the past. I think this is a one-off standalone double revenge game. I think you're going to get really top quality ball here.
Not even that. They're 4 straight games. They won 4 straight games. The Heat, like I said before the season, there's a bye team for me, just for the simple fact they come off a lackluster year. They got some new pieces over there, especially to have their quarterback now, so to speak, in Lowry. They got a dog, you know what I'm saying? That, hey, if you need to fight somebody like Sevens Hockey, hey, well, they got PJ Tuck over there. So they need him, especially even to go up against guys like KD as well. So I like this Heat team. I like what they did in the offseason. One of the better defensive teams in the league. It's going to be tough to get past 100 points for them, in my opinion. I don't see it being a letdown game. Obviously, it is somewhat of a public spot, but the public cashes as well. In this coin flip type of game, we're taking the better defensive team. They are on the road here. I can tell you guys, the NBA does like Luka to look nice. I'll be honest with you. So, I mean, it's a little scary there, TNT game, but as long as the Heat turn up here, bring their defense, they definitely have enough offense to get paid. I'm a Mavs fan. I'm not betting the Mavs tonight. I agree with the line move. They're pretty much saying Adebayo is coming back today. We like the Heat, my guys. Heat -2. Let's burn them up. Let's get to it. Another game. It's only 5 games on the slate, my guys. We're going to go to the second game that we like as much, and then we'll talk about the other 3 real quick. We got the Kings coming here on the road. The Kings have just lost to the Mavs here. Kings been playing well, though. I have to give them their respect. The Jazz have as well, and it's tough to go against the Jazz at the house, Shark, but I know we went with the Kings. I know you took the Kings in the first game. It was in Sacramento. They had a really good representative effort. Through 3.5 quarters, they were in that game. The Jazz got hot late. The Kings stopped making shots. We know Buddy Hield. He's going to shoot. Buddy Hield has never seen the 3 that he didn't like. You dig what I'm saying? So sometimes he come off the bench and just jacking up all type of stuff. But I must say I like the Kings here, plus the 9.5, and the Jazz as well. They finna go right back on the road. So they come back to the house, Shark, after 3 straight road games. Come back to the house for a one-off. Then you head back on the road for 3 more games. They probably had a lot to take care of at the house, in my opinion. I think they'll probably win this game, possibly. I wouldn't be surprised Kings win, but I'm taking a 9. I'm taking a 9.5, Shark. What are we doing, my guy?
Yeah, we're traveling to the visitors' locker room here yet again. Kings +9 official. Jay set the table. I will continue this narrative and these numbers. What you're looking at here is really a quadruple revenge game, but I know people are going to clown on that because eventually you say, does this team just blow them out every time? I don't think they do. I think last year stood for itself. 3 complete blowouts. I mean, they had a 49-point win. We talked about this when we did take the Kings early on this year, but I think that's the reference point you want to go to. Off of 3 utter blowouts last year, the previous game this season on a -6.5 at home against the Jazz was very tight. The Jazz did backdoor that. They got very, very fortunate to cover in the last 2 minutes of that game. So I think you're seeing where the books were scaling that number against. We said this on record going back to that particular day. It's continuing that direction. Last year, Utah did blow them out at home twice on figures above 11 and a half, and this opens up at 9. It's shortening up significantly. And Jay makes the great point. This is a really tough travel point for the Jazz. The Jazz come in here off a big win against Milwaukee and an eastern center of the country trip out of conference. They play one home game, a revenge game for the Kings, and then they go back on the road to Atlanta and in the southern portion of the country. Whoever made this schedule for the Jazz was not looking for them to cover spreads in this particular game tonight. This is a really tough little sandwich one-off spot at home. And if you do look at what the Kings have done on the road ATS, they have been a little less efficient ATS against the Southwest specifically, but I correlate you back to what they did at Phoenix and at Portland, both in their time zone in that northern portion, whatever you want to call it. We talk about, when they travel in a more comfortable zone. I think this connects with all the boxes. I think Sacramento's a great take here. You said they might win the game outright. I think this is going to be damn close against the money line. That's for sure. Official for me, +9, 1 unit.
Let's go, man. Hey, it's the 9.5s popping up. I like the locals here, man, because they'll start bumping up. Or the more money comes in, it'll just be piling in on the Jazz. I understand it, guys. Jazz are ATS machines at the house. One thing I tell you, the Jazz hitting those threes at the house. I mean, things get ugly. That's what happens. They get hot from three. But another thing, when they live and die by the three, that's today's NBA, right? There are those games where the shots aren't falling, or maybe you missed your wife. See what I'm saying? You went home and had a little fun. Hey, them legs ain't all the way there. The three's not falling. Don't be surprised they lose outright. In this type of game, 9.5 points in this particular spot. Don't get it twisted. Kings, last game of a 4-game road trip. This is earlier in the season. Not a ton of travel yet. It's not really the miles aren't really taking tolls on the guys just yet. You know what I'm saying? But it's still not necessarily a good spot. The Cavs were in the last game of a 5-game road trip yesterday, and they still beat the Hornets. You know what I'm saying? So the Kings got to get them a nice lead, build on it. They can do it. It's possible. It's just all about them staying into it for 4 quarters and not shooting themselves out of the games. That's what's been happening with the Kings, in my opinion. So I wouldn't talk anyone out of Kings first half as well. It's another thing I noticed. The boys will come out high through 3 quarters and then kind of fade away. So hopefully that happen here. It's not a back-to-back in altitude, but I still think they can keep this within 4 to 5 points, if not have a shot to win the game. I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see this first half money line hit as well for the Kings there. That's the way that they play. Come out, get a lead, and then they'll kind of falter. And then the coaching starts to catch back up in the 4th quarter. But whatever, like the Kings here, I'm playing at 9.5. Obviously, it's a scary spot, but I'm trying to get all the points I get. Probably go to 10, man. Wouldn't talk anyone up. 9.5, 10. Regardless, we like the Kings here. I wouldn't be surprised if they won. All right, Kings and Heat, man, the 2 officials today. Let's go. Let's talk about this Bucks game, Sharp. Bucks versus Pistons here. Bucks. What have they lost 3 straight games? I know 2 straight for sure. They got a lot of injuries over there. Even Middleton is out now as well. So Middleton now. Let's see. Hood is probable. Grayson Allen a little banged up knee. He's probable. Giannis probable. Drew Holiday still out. Brook Lopez still out. It's tough over there, man. I'm not sure if I'm taking the Pistons at this small of a number, especially with the Bucks look different right now. They do. I don't know if I'm ready to take the Pistons though. At the house, I'm not betting this game, Shark. What are we doing?
It's just brutal. I mean, this board and this 5-pack of games, there are 2 standout looks, which we just described. The rest of the games are really tough to cap. This is one of them. It's hard to take the Bucks on this short line, but at the same time, they did lose 3 games in a row. It's hard to foresee the Bucks losing another game to a divisional opponent who they historically just clean up every game, even with backups. Then you go to the other side of it, which is why it is hard to take Milwaukee here. The Pistons have been solid ATS at home. They did not cover against the Bulls, but again, that was an epic backdoor, and it was really just a razor-sharp line. You don't really want to be fading the Pistons at home. The Pistons did cover last year against the Bucks at home. They got blown out twice on the road, but the home game was Milwaukee minus 10.5, and Milwaukee won by 9. Obviously, a totally different environment, but I think this game is going to be really close on the figure, and I can see it going either way.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. Like I say, it opened up at 5. It's down to 4 now. I could definitely see it going either way. I don't like that the Bucks aren't going to lose forever. They do look a little disinterested right now. Like this is the epitome of and that's why they really it's crazy because they got up for their game versus the Nets. Every other game they've been like, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? That was the game like that. I'm like they're going to let down. No, it's been every other game. Bucks did not care right now. The rest of the guys are like, oh, no hurry back from injury. We don't care, but they will go on a run at some point. I'm not sure if they lose four straight, and if they win this game, obviously they could cover the spread. It's even going down to four now. Like the Bucks are basically a contrarian fave today. And I mean, I like to be on this side, but I'm not betting this game. It's Bucks or nothing. Pistons are one of their first wins, or they got Cade Cunningham and stuff, but I don't know. Stand away from this one. Man. Sorry to say so much about that one, but let's go to the next game. Let's go to the next game. What we got here? We got the Pelicans versus Suns here, man. The Suns. I mean, and then you talk so the championship winner, and then you talk about the championship loser, the Suns. It's not that they look disinterested. They just not. Well, they are miss. They're still missing campaign. Their guard off the bench. Alfred Payton isn't a bad guard. I'm not sure what's going on with the Suns right now because they play a lot tougher than how they have. I thought that they probably should have blown out the Cavs. They were just coming off a couple straight losses. I'm not sure what to do with the Suns here. I know I'm staying away from the Pelicans right now, though. And I think Ingram's still a little banged up as well. Shark, what you doing?
This is really tough. It's a really sharp line. Just doing some small math, which I do. I'll give you guys a snapshot to it. Last year, the Suns laid 3 points at home against the Pelicans and won by 25. So what I'll do is I'll look at the actual result and I'll subtract the spread to create an average. 25 minus 3 is 22. Then you divide by 2 for 2 games. What do you get? You get 11. So the mean of the result and the previous line over 2 games extrapolated is 11. That was the spread. This is what books are looking at. It's razor fucking sharp. And Phoenix is really pathetic at home right now. They're 0-3 ATS with 2 outright losses in conference. So we come back here. We're in conference again. But the Pelicans have been awful in the front end of back-to-backs. One corollary spot that I do think stands out to a certain degree, front end of a back-to-back off a home game on the road at the Bulls on a similar figure, 128-112.
Oh, shit.
And I do think Phoenix ultimately kind of needs to get going here a little bit. I'm definitely not taking anything here. As I suggested, this 11 is razor sharp. This is going to be a coin flip spot. But again, if you're flipping the coin 100 times, I would say 51 versus 49 probably lands on Phoenix here. So yeah, it's like the smallest of numerical leans to Phoenix.
I just looked at some shit. And then, like, who do the Pelicans play tomorrow? They play the Kings. I hope the Pelicans get blown out by 30 here. Like, I hope that the Suns take them to the woodshed, and then we hop on the Pelicans tomorrow.
Yes.
We hop on the Pelicans. Well, I'm not going to even say the revenge anymore. We're just going to pick the games. I'm not going to say anymore because people get all worked up. Oh, so and so, which they can do what they want. But it's definitely revenge spot. You're definitely catching the Kings on a back-to-back. First game at the house, all 4-game road trip. And it's that's the prime face spot for the Kings. And I think that's all the more reason why the Kings will give even more effort tonight. So the Kings will likely be trying to go for the win tonight to be the close game. I wouldn't be surprised if they do win, and then we fade this shit out of them tomorrow. I just saw something. We're getting to those spots, man. I'm gonna live and die with them. You dig what I'm saying? We're going with them regardless. But yeah, I hope so. I guess I just spoke some shit out there. I'm on Kings plus the points, and I hope that the Suns cover. So we're hoping for this. Last time this shit worked out, so I didn't bet it. But what I'm saying is, especially if Ingram is out as well, we need to see what's up with that. If Ingram's out, they're gonna get toasted. Suns should smack them up. That's enough on that one. Last game up, Rockets versus Lakers. If you bet the Lakers last game, like minus 10.5, minus 11, I'm praying for you. I really am. Like there's a whole other conversation. Just know it's some other shit going on there. They close on a 21-4 run. The LeBron is one of those guys where I've seen some fishy shit. I don't know, super fishy calls in that one. But the Rockets cover. I would like to see them not cover so that way I could take them today's game. But the way that they came back after being down 26 in that fourth quarter, I can't bet this game. Like the Lakers may smash them up this game. I want to take Rockets, but Lakers may smack them up like literally by 30 and keep their foot on their necks this time after the last one. You know what I'm saying? Ended with their cover. Shark, what you thinking?
This is just an awful game to bet. There's no way around it. As you said, the last game got really, really aggressively backdoored. This could get backdoored again. I don't know if the Lakers really care about 4 quarters of basketball against a team like this, in the first 10 games of the season. It's nothing that I wanted anything to do with. I really have nothing to say on this. Like, this is just a total blind toss for me. I could see any result here. I could see a 40-point win by the Lakers. I could see an outright win by the Rockets, or I could see a razor sharp cover by either side, and it could be a front or a back door. I have no idea.
Yeah, and to let you know even how more shadier this shit is, the fact that they're going to have LeBron questionable or game time all day just to play with people. I don't know. I don't get sucked into this stuff with these games. Like, I know what they're doing. They're manipulating the games, trying to get as much money on either side, and then they'll pretty much make the decision whether LeBron's going to play. It's unfair, but that's the world we live in today, especially with the world being legalized, guys. So with this the betting being legalized everywhere, get used to it. You see what I'm saying? So we try to keep it real here with you guys. Yeah. Me personally, I'll stand off the game. If the Rockets didn't cover the other game, I'd be on them here. But now I'm definitely staying off of it, my guys.
One interesting point, I see the chat, and of course we were chatting with the chat yesterday. We want to engage you guys more than we did last year. Going to go down a couple of comments here. One of the comments that I really think is a sharp look. King Dre here, underscore 12:21 p.m. Last game went under, so maybe this one goes over.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's a really, really good look, because we saw this last year in these back-to-backs between the same teams in the same stadium, which of course was the first time ever in NBA history. The totals would flip often, like uncannily. It would be like the first one in this one where it was like in the 80s or whatever. And then we come back and you do a double take. You'd be like, wait, the next one is 118 to 110. Like, where'd that come from? And again, I'm not playing. This is not official, but I think that's a really sharp look. Off of an absolute low-level scoring effort and a dud, this could come higher. And I think that's really sharp.
It's going over. It's going over. I see the way that the Lakers been pushing the pace. I may put someone over there. The Lakers push the pace. The Rockets, they hoist up a lot of threes. Obviously, when they're going, then it'll definitely easy go over. It's over or nothing though, for sure. I like the over. I'm not betting it though, or I'm definitely not getting that official. I may put, but they're exactly right. When the first game goes under, you take the over next game. But if the first went over, then you look, we know what they're gonna do now. You know what I'm saying? Unless the pace was just extremely high, but more times than not, it's gonna flip. It's gonna flip, and that's why I say I'm staying off the Rockets today, because the way that they came back and backdoored this shit today, like a lot of people, we taking the Rockets again. We know the whole fate, the Lakers, ATS. Some of the time, some of the quote unquote scripted shit would be for the Lakers to cover because so many people are against them. You see what I'm saying? It happens, but it's a whole nother. That's what I think happened versus the Cavs. All the money was on the Cavs. It happens, man. But I don't know, some crazy shit be going down. Especially, I've been seeing it with the past years with LeBron, but it's a whole nother conversation. Regardless, let's cash today, man. It's cash, Shark. What we doing today?
Two officials, national game, Heat at Mavericks, taking the Heat -2.5. Went through it in detail. We will share this. I think we're sharing it on Twitter today as well, Jay, hopefully, that we can edit that out and get it going. Please share that on Twitter, guys. We're trying to get more people in here. The chat is fantastic. We want 500, 1,000 people watching this. There's a lot more people in this country than 400 people that love NBA basketball, love NBA capping, and would love this type of conversation. Game 2, 9 o'clock in Utah. Sandwich spot for Utah. Really tough travel spot, coming off a trip, going right back on the road in a revenge game for a scrappy on-the-road Kings team. This is a different team, at least before the new year. This could flip as they get fatigued going through games 35 through 82. But I do think this is a great spot tonight. +9 and -2.5. Two officials. Sharky Waters Nation signing out on Tuesday, Baby Tuesday. J Money, close them out.
Yes, sir. Let's cash, man. Heat -2, Kings +9.5, my guys. I see 2-0. I definitely can talk anyone out of Rockets, Lakers over 217, my guys. Definitely. LeBron, they're going to play with you guys on that all day. They're going to do that. I'll just let you know. So people that like to bet every game or the late games or force plays, I don't know. Some games are better off not bet. And people that bet the Lakers in their first game, maybe you see that now, guys. Anything can happen. Nothing's guaranteed. We always trying to cash tickets, my guys. Come and holler at us on YouTube. Hit the like button, subscribe. That's my guy, Shark and Sports. Follow him on Twitter. My guy really likes Twitter at Shark and Sports. And you can follow me as well at J Money is Money, man. We appreciate y'all. Hit the like button. Let's cash these tickets. We're out.